Hello friends, welcome to this video into MongoDB series. In this video I am going to talk about the cost comparison between MongoDB Atlas as well as running MongoDB on cloud. So here I am going to take an example running MongoDB on EC2, right? I will be showing you the calculation of taking an example, right, that how to calculate the cost of different options in MongoDB on Atlas versus MongoDB on EC2 instance. I'll be showing you a step-by-step example. I'll show you the link of calculators also, which are there in the description section of this video. You can see and you can also calculate the costs, right? I will show you which one is better at the end of this video. So please watch this video till the end of this, right? So what I'm going to cover. So here the cost comparison we are going to talk about specifically MongoDB Atlas, which I have already covered in one of my previous video. If you have not watched specific video on MongoDB Atlas, please go to that video and get yourself familiar with MongoDB Atlas, because MongoDB Atlas is a very good service launched by MongoDB. Versus we are going to see the cost comparison MongoDB on AWS. Which one is better, right? This is the question which we are going to answer in this video. I hope that by the end of this video you will be able to compare both of these, MongoDB Atlas versus MongoDB running on AWS or any cloud, right? And based upon your use case, you will be in a position to use any one of these, right? There are advantages or disadvantages, or I would say cost comparison along with other features which you might consider along with the cost factor, which you should be able to do after watching this video till the end. Okay, let us see whatever I have shown you over whiteboard in action now. So what I have done is I have given two links here. If you look at the left hand part of this is MongoDB Atlas cost running on MongoDB Atlas service, right? And on the right hand side it is MongoDB cluster cost over AWS EC2, right? So one thing which I would like to highlight here is that this is a tentative cost, right? The cost which I am showing you is as of today, right? And it may change over a period of time. It may happen that by the time you watch this video this may change, right? So I strongly recommend that you please go to these calculators link, right, which I am going to show you after logging into MongoDB Atlas as well as by opening the browser, right? So here if you look at the cost, right, so I have tried to compare in the yellow part, right, where we have what I have done is instance type, virtual CPU count, right, RAM, storage, price in dollar per hour and price in dollar per month, right? And then different parameters of EC2 instances, right? It is different EC2 instance types, right? Same configuration, number of vCPU, virtual CPU, RAM, storage, price per hour and price per month, right? For simplicity, I have given the cost of almost all the options available at MongoDB Atlas, but I have highlighted or I have tried to compare two services, right, which is M10 instance having virtual CPU 2, right, and 2 GB of RAM. And then all the options here, if you see, these are same configurations of M10 instance, right? And on M20 instance marked as green, and here compared different options, different kind of instances with same configuration, number of 2 virtual CPU as well as 4 GB of RAM, right? So you can see this much cost, right? Now let us see how can we find out this cost. by logging into MongoDB Atlas first, and then I will show you how to calculate the cost using AWS EC2. Let me show. So first of all, I am logged into MongoDB Atlas. If you see on the right hand side, this is my user and I'm trying to create a new cluster, right? It shows me three options: dedicated multi-cloud and multi-region cluster, dedicated clusters, and shared clusters. And if you look at the bottom, it shows the price range of all these three type of cluster, right? So if I click on create a free cluster, so I will see only three options: sandbox, M2, M5. And if you notice here, RAM is shared and vCPU is also shared here, right? So this is how, and at the bottom it will show me the charges for that. But here we are not going to talk about this free cluster type or the cost which is going to be this much, or where CPU and RAM are going to be shared, right? So let us go back. Let us try to click any of these two options. This will lead us to the same page. The only difference will be the number of options, the options which we are going to choose, right? Here if you look at this, it says cloud provider and region, right? And we can see that, right? And cluster tier, it varies from M10, M30, M700, which are listed in this. I can attach a link to this Excel also for your reference in the description section of this video, which I'm going to host over GitHub, right? So now if you see here, right, this is the M10 type of instance where it is showing 2 GB of RAM, 2 virtual CPU, and by default storage is 10 GB, right, which is hard disk, you can say, right? And it price starts from $0.08 per hour, right? This is the price, and I can change the storage, right? And if you look at, the cost has also increased, but for simplicity I have taken 10 GB of 10 GB of storage. And we can also scale this cluster up, right, which can be scaled up to M300, right, with different options. But for now I'm not going to enable this option also, to keep the things simple, right? If you notice, there is another option, which is that allow cluster to be scaled down as well, right? What is the minimum cluster which we want MongoDB to scale down, right, once it scales up? So for now I'm just disabling it, right, and I'm keeping the cost as simple as possible. And if I select M20, where RAM is 4 GB and virtual CPU is again the same as M10, if you look at this, I can change the storage type again. And I'm taking an example of the region North Virginia over AWS, right, in MongoDB Atlas, to make this calculation simple. And on the other hand side, we will again look at MongoDB over AWS EC2. We'll take AWS EC2 instances. One thing which I would again like to share is that this is the cost, right, for 3 servers, right? We are not assuming any backup cost here. We are not assuming any cost which is related to data transfer, because data transfer cost as well as backup will depend on your use case, right, your usage of this, right? So this is how we can calculate the cost over MongoDB Atlas. Now if you see, if we select other options in MongoDB Atlas like enable or disable backup, it can change our costing also, right, which will be additional cost. If you see here, $0.14 per GB per month, right, that is going to be added, but that is not the cost of our cluster, that will be additional cost, right? And if you see, it says that estimate cost is 146.72. I have just placed my mouse over this cost, right, and it has shown me the monthly estimate. Now let me disable it and see if it changes. No, right, this will be the additional cost in addition to this. This is how we can calculate cost on MongoDB Atlas clusters, right? And this is very good, right? This is very good observation that before provisioning anything, we can actually calculate the cost of that particular service. One good thing which I personally like about MongoDB Atlas is that at any point in time, right, I can go there as a developer, I can go there, or as an architect or as an administrator, I can go into this system. I can look at different monitoring statistics from the usage perspective, different perspectives I can look at from within the MongoDB Atlas, which will not be available at the MongoDB over AWS EC2 side, right? Because we will have to manually set up all those triggers, right, like monitoring services, CloudWatch, and all those logs analytics we will have to derive, right? And we will have to also manually see which server is down, which server is up, right? All those things we will have to build some mechanism, which is not the case with MongoDB Atlas. That is what I like about MongoDB Atlas. Now looking at the AWS part, right? The link I'm going to give in the description section of this video. Just click on create estimate link here and it will take you to the calculator where all the services, 86 services are listed here, and we need to find out EC2, right? Now I can click on EC2. So here we have two options. One is quick estimate, advanced estimate, right? For this we are going to use advanced estimate, and we can also enter a description like MongoDB Atlas over EC2 estimate, right? So we'll see that this is the description which will be sent to a user, right? This whole estimate can be shared with the other people also, maybe in your team or client, right? Whomsoever you want to share this estimate, right? You can share that with them. And workload type, we are taking constant usage, right? We are not taking any spike here. How many number of instances we want? We want 3 instances because of replica set, right? And here we are going to see that 2 GB, right, 2 GB of RAM and 2 virtual CPU. This much is the cost for per instance, right? And then we have different options. What I have selected here is on demand, right? There are different options. If we can make commitments for 1 year, multiple years, right, then that cost of EC2 instance may be significantly reduced, right, than on demand option. So this is how storage amount, I need only 10 GB of storage amount. I do not want any snapshot for now, right? Then you can see that it costs me around this much, right? And how much data transfer, I'm not considering that. And total monthly cost, it is showing close to $40, right? If I try to change another option here, that is 2 GB and 4 vCPU, right? Let me, sorry, 2 vCPU, 2 vCPU and 4 GB of RAM, then the cost will be something different, which is 104.62, right? So I've shown you these two options, right? Same way you can go there in AWS EC2 cost calculator, right? And you can yourself calculate all these things. Right now, let us say I go to next, add to my estimates. Right here, add to my estimates. Now it asks me that save and share, which I can use. Now let me click on save and share. Now it says that public server acknowledgement, your data will be stored on public server, agree and continue. Your calculation has been saved. This is the link, right? If I go to this, copy and open this link, it will show me the same calculation. Right now you can see that total monthly cost, it has shown me 12 months cost as well, right? And the name which I have given at the time of starting the calculation, right? So I hope you have liked this video. This is quite different from the videos which I have recorded previously. Please keep your comments posted in the comment section of this video, which will encourage me, right, to have future videos on this. One thing which I would like to share here is that I personally believe that MongoDB Atlas is worth going for because it provides us lot of functionality which we would have to go, right, if we go with MongoDB cluster over AWS EC2. For example, it could be monitoring services, right? It could be different kind of UI setup on top of your existing cluster, right? It could be different set services like backup and restore, which is available within MongoDB Atlas, which are key services required for any kind of any database setup or any production level system setup, right, which are available out of the box in MongoDB Atlas. So my personal recommendation is to use MongoDB Atlas, right? There is a sandbox cluster, there is a shared cluster with only $9 per month, right? $25 per month, maybe a more storage, right? If you want to be at use it for the production level, you can go with this, right? Or if you think that there is a person, dedicated person available who can take care of all these aspects, then you can save some amount with AWS EC2 option also. So please decide on your, please decide yourself that based upon your budget, based upon your use case, based upon the availability of resources, which option goes best for you, right? I personally feel that MongoDB Atlas is good, which is again using any of the major cloud provider like AWS, GCP, Azure, right? You again end up using AWS only, but that is their managed service, fully managed service. So I hope you have liked this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel also. I hope to see you in future videos with similar kind of comparison. I'm going to bring new videos on MongoDB versus DynamoDB, right? Then future videos are going to be how to set up replication or how to set up multi-node cluster using AWS EC2, right? Then we will jump on to data modeling also. So with this videos, I am going to share whatever I have learned over a period of time with you all. Please feel free to consult me in case you want any help related to NoSQL databases, including MongoDB, DynamoDB, right? Then any kind of solution design around AWS, right? Big data architecture solution, right? And then serverless, JavaScript, front end, back end, website, all these kind of things I can assist you with free of cost. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in future video. Thanks a lot.